Praise the Lord, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. God bless you. Thank you so much for tuning in to God Has a Word for You. And before I get started, I want to make sure to remind everyone, if you have not, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, like and follow the Facebook page. And may God bless everyone as you do so. I truly appreciate all of your love and support. And I look forward to seeing your comments and, just communicating with you guys. So God bless you. I'm so grateful to all of the followers and the subscribers that we have on this channel. Amen. And to God be the glory. So you guys, today, I want to talk about how we should always allow God to order our steps and direct our path, right? So, over the past week, it's almost been a week. Yeah, it'll be a week tomorrow. God blessed me to be able to bring my brother out here who lives in Mississippi. I've talked about him before. He's one of my biological brothers that I was very close with growing up in foster care. We've been in every single foster home together, all the way up until I was 17 and he was 15. And we ended up getting separated because I ended up leaving the foster home that we were in together, and I moved down the street from where he lives with another family because I had, my own personal reasons and things going on there. Okay, sorry. I felt like the music was a little bit too loud, so I went to go turn it down. So I'm sure you don't know, but you see I'm not in my purple chair. I'm in a different location in the house because, as I said, my brother is out here with me, and the prayer room is a spare room, while he's out here. So now I'm just chilling here in my bedroom, recording this video for you guys. So basically, like I was saying, we grew up in foster homes together all the way up until I was 17 and he was 15. I ended up moving into another home, which was right down the street from where he lived. So I expected to be able to still see him as often as possible because I could just walk to where he was. His church was right behind the house where he lived in. So it was like I figured I would still have all access to my brother. But the foster mom got upset with me for leaving, and she pretty much went to court and got all of my visitations taken away because my brother and I were visiting each other at least 3 times a week. She was upset with me for leaving, so she made it to where I was not allowed to see my brother anymore. I was 17. The caseworker was on the foster mom's side instead of her trying to fight for the children to stay together. She became friends with the foster mom, and they actually worked together to make sure that my rights were taken away from my brother. And what was said was that I was teaching my brother to disobey his foster mom. Basically, I was telling him, that's not your mom. You don't have to do what she says, which is not true because when we lived together, I wasn't doing that. So why would I wait until I'm out of the house and I'm no longer having access to him inside of the house to even help him or protect him? Why would I wait until then to say, hey, don't listen to her. You do what you want to do. She's not your mom. I've never been like that. I've never been a problem child. I've never had issues with foster parents having a problem with me because I was rebellious or I didn't like to listen, or I was never like that. I was very timid and very quiet growing up. So, but for some reason, I don't know how it happened because, again, I was only 17. I didn't have anyone on my side to fight for me. I was by myself. I had a public defender, and you know how it is when you have a public defender. A lot of times when you go to court, you don't have the same lawyer. So you got somebody coming in 5 minutes before it's time to go into the courtroom, trying to catch up on all the notes, and then that's all you get. So I didn't have anyone who actually knew me or took the time to know me and my situation to actually really speak up for me, you know. So I lost my brother, and for years, for like 25 years, I had no contact with my brother because this lady just ripped him away from me because of her anger and she was hurt that I just left her house, you know. And so that was her way of retaliating on me for, you know, leaving her home. And of course, over the years, she was telling people that I left my brother. So even my brother thinks that I just walked away from him and left him. But to be honest, that was not the situation. I have been living in foster homes with my brother for our whole life. And everything that I did, every decision that I made, every place that we went to, I made sure that my brother and I were together. And because of my dedication to make sure that me and my brother didn't get split up, I missed out on a lot of things as a child growing up, like being in school. I wanted to be a part of so many different after school programs, so many, you know what I'm saying, like ROTC, different choirs, the marching band, cheerleading. I wanted to do all that stuff, but my foster parents, none of my foster moms or whatever really would allow me to do extracurricular activities. So when I was 17 and I was getting ready to go into high school, I met a couple friends in school. They were my age, and they lived right down the street from my brother, and their parents took in foster kids. So they had a nice life. You know, they had 2 parents in the home. They were able to do things, and it's not like I was trying to be a wild child or anything or be out in the streets. I just really wanted to be able to go to school and interact with different programs in the school. That's all I was looking for. So by me being in this family with these people, I was able to do that. I got into ROTC. I got into like 3 different choirs. I was a part of the drill team in the ROTC. I got into the marching band. I just was able to enjoy my 12th grade year. And people would always tell me, like, Santina, you have to start taking care of things that you want to do too. Like, it was very admirable that I was trying to make sure that me and my brother stayed together. Nobody was against that. But at some point, people felt like I should care about what I wanted for myself personally too. And by me going into that other foster home, that was me doing something for me. And like I said, I was only down the street. I knew we were going to have visitations 3 times a week. I could easily walk down to his house, catch him outside, talk to him a little bit. I could walk to his church, which was right behind his house, if I wanted to catch him after church. Like, I still expected to see my brother all the time. But I didn't think about this lady taking my whole, like, taking the most important thing to me away like that. And that's what she did. And so for 25 years, I never saw my brother. But God made it to where this man's name just popped up on my Facebook page. And I saw that it was him, because I had been looking for him on Facebook for years. Like, his foster family, I knew them and they knew me because I was in their foster, family. I was in that family as well when I was there with my brother. So I knew all his aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents. I knew all of these people because they were once my family too. So finally one day, his name popped up on my Facebook page, and we've been inseparable ever since. We always talk on Messenger video. And so that's been our relationship. And then God blessed me to be able to go see my brother at the beginning of this year. My apostle paid for our plane tickets, our hotel, our car rental, everything. Even gave us extra money so we can go out and do things with my brother. Like, it was a dream come true, right? So then now here we are. We fed. That was all great and wonderful. We truly enjoyed that. I have pictures up everywhere of me being with my brother. Now we fast forward to here. Now we're here in December. Well, actually, it started in November. My brother, I was talking to him about coming out here for Christmas, and he was excited about it. You know, he wanted to come see his family, his biological family. He wanted to see some of his adopted family because he's adopted into the home that he's with now, and the lady is deceased now, and that's why I was able to go and see my brother, because she had me on a block list to where I was not allowed to see him. But once she passed, it's like, I guess they lifted it and I was able to come out there. But now, you know, I wanted to see about him coming out here to spend Christmas with me and my family. So they allowed it, and, you know, so we got the ticket, we got him out here. He spent the first couple of days here with me and my husband and our family. And then the day after Christmas, I had scheduled with our biological family that I was going to bring my brother out there to see them. Okay, so we had this whole bowling thing set up. I had talked to a few family members. We got the bowling alley. All right, that's cool. We'll be there at such and such time. We're going to start at 6 o'clock. Okay, cool. Everything was fine. So we get there. We get to the bowling alley. My brother, he meets his uncle, one of his uncles or our uncles. He meets a couple of cousins. He gets to see my siblings that he haven't seen in years, like since he was like probably about 8 years old. And then he also has a brother that he never met. You know, we have a brother that he never met. So, you know, they hit it off really nice. They were talking a lot to each other. And then everything was cool. Had bowling, everything was fine. So afterwards, we're leaving. We're getting ready to leave. I had everything planned out. I'm like, okay, we're going to go bowling. Then we're going to go to my best friend's house to spend the night, because she knew my brother when he was younger as well. So she was excited to see him. But my family, they were just like, you know, he's our family. He needs to be with us. And, you know, I wasn't expecting any of this. You know, I'm like, okay, we went bowling. Everything was great. Then we're going to meet up again tomorrow for whatever they want to do. If they want to go out to eat. I had planned like a siblings brunch with me, my brother, and my other sisters and my other brother, for us to all go out and just have sibling time together. That's what we were supposed to do. And I'm like, well, you know, I have somewhere else I want to take him. We're all going to come together tomorrow anyway. But everybody wanted to go to my uncle's house. And me, I don't really, I don't hang out with my family like that, because my family likes to drink. And they like to drink, not just, you know, have a couple little drinks here and there. No, they like to go in with the alcohol. And so when it comes to going around other people's houses and things like that, I'll go ahead and move on and, you know, not really have anything to do with that. So my plan, I didn't even know, they didn't even plan this. It's not like they were like, oh yeah, we're going to go to Uncle so-and-so's house afterwards. It was just like, once everything was over and everybody was ready to go, then it's like, hey, let's go to Uncle's house, you know, so we can finish hanging out together. And I was like, oh no. I said, my brother's not going to Uncle's house, no, because I know what goes on there. I've been in that situation and I stay away from it. That's why my family don't really see me when they have family gatherings at people's house. I don't go. When they're, you know, doing things that involve drinking, I don't go, because when they get to drinking, sometimes things can turn out really bad. And I don't want to have anything to do with it. I don't want to be caught up in it. So my family sees me when they see me. And it was the same situation with my brother. I'm like, no, you know, I want to take him here. We'll be back together tomorrow. But they had already been drinking, some of them. And it's like, oh no, he need to be with the family. Why can't he, you know, spend the night at such and such house? And then, you know, we can take him tomorrow. And I'm like, no, 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 you know. And my brother, he doesn't know any better. My brother, he is mentally impaired. So he's grown. He's around the same age as I am. He's a couple years younger than me. But he has the mind of like a 10-year-old, I'll say. So he doesn't really, and he doesn't know our family, so he doesn't know what he would be getting himself into. So I'm trying to tell them no. And I basically said, I'm just going to be real with y'all. I don't want him around any alcohol. I don't want him around that type of environment at all, because he's not used to that. That's not how he lives. That's not his lifestyle, you know. And so I didn't want to put him in any situation where he could possibly be uncomfortable. But they're arguing with me, like I'm trying to keep him from them. And I'm like, I brought him out here for y'all. And he like, and my uncle's like, yeah, that's right. So he needs to be with us. So I'm going back and forth and feeling like I'm being backed in a corner, right? And it was just tough because I felt like God allowed this to happen, you know, allowed my brother to come out here because he was answering my prayer. So I'm getting all excited, not even thinking about the what ifs and not even thinking about, you know, the things that I need to probably cover him from, you know. So we went to this bowling event or bowling gathering, and I didn't even think about, okay, well, I need to make sure that he's not in any other situation, because it really caught me off guard. You know, I had my plans. Then the next day he was going to go with his adopted family, which is his foster mom, the one who died. He was going to go to his uncle's house. They're legally his family, even though his mom died. And I respect that. You know, I don't have any issue with these people. You know, I'm not trying to take him away from anybody. I want him to see everybody he wants to see. So I had that planned out. Okay, he goes to see my family on Thursday, hang with them all day Friday. And then Friday night, his uncle can pick him up, take him for the whole weekend, because I know my brother wants to go to church with him. He want to go to his old church. So cool, we set that up. But my family is trying to hinder everything because they feel like, hey, he needs to be with us. And I just really felt backed in the corner, and in my mind I felt like it was not right. He does not need to go to my uncle's house. But instead, you know, I let them talk me into allowing him to go there just for a couple of hours. And this is the part where I'm talking about, you know, allow God to order your steps or direct your steps. So instead of me going with my gut and going with what, you know, the Holy Spirit was allowing me to feel on the inside, I kind of just gave in a little bit because I felt backed in the corner, and I felt like everybody was jumping on me like I was doing something so wrong. So the compromise was, okay, he could stay for 2 hours, and then such and such family member is going to bring him back. So I had him with a cousin that doesn't drink. This cousin doesn't drink at all. So I figured, okay, well, at least he'll be safe with this cousin for a couple of hours, and I know he'll bring him back to me. But then when they went to my uncle's house, now some family members who's been intoxicated is calling me like, well, what's wrong with him staying here? And why are you trying to take him away? He's our family too, and he needs to be, you know. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. So I do have a sister that doesn't drink, my oldest sister who was there. And she pulled herself to the side and called me, and she was talking to me in a decent manner. She said, you know, I really don't want to have any issues. So is it okay if he stays the night at my house? Right? And I'm like, okay, I know she doesn't drink. She's kind of like she's the older sister, like kind of like mama's sister at the same time. So I'm like, okay, I know he's going to be safe with her. I just didn't like him being at our uncle's house because I knew what was going to go on. I've been in this situation a couple times before, and I was not comfortable. And so I know my brother didn't know any better. And they're asking him, where you want to go? Do you want to go with Satina or you want to come with us? And I'm like, man, So he's like, I want to go with y'all. I want to, not knowing better. See, you want to come with us. And so it's like now I'm looking like the bad sister that's trying to keep our brother away from the family. And that wasn't it at all. So I let him, stay with my sister. She ended up taking him home with her. He enjoyed being at her house because her house is like a family home. Like they don't have drinking and stuff going on. It's her and her children who live there. And so he enjoyed it. He was fine there. But when he came back to me, he was telling me how people were drinking, how my uncle's friend was over there and he's talking all crazy, can't hardly put his words together, dang near passing out all over the place. They had the music loud, cards, they were playing cards and cussing and yelling and drinking. Then they went to the store to get more liquor. And he said, I'm not going to Uncle's house no more. I don't want to go over there no more. So I was trying to explain to him, like, brother, I was trying to protect you from that. That's why I didn't, want you to go over there. But I didn't think about that possibly happening, like that situation occurring. I just figured, hey, we're going to bowl and leave, and then we'll see him tomorrow. So I didn't really have a chance to explain to him, hey, if somebody wants you to come to their house, you're going to have to tell them no, because this is what goes on there. I didn't prepare him for that because I wasn't even prepared for it myself. We were getting ready to leave out the door. We had our coats on, everything, walking towards the door, and then my uncle stopped me. So at the end of the day, what I should have did was still put my foot down and said no. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if anybody's going to be mad at me, regardless if people don't want to talk to me anymore. And I wasn't even concerned about people being mad at me because I don't deal with these people anyway. So I don't know who's mad at me and who's not, and I don't really care because I stay in my own space. I stay in my own lane. It could be people in that family mad at me today for stuff from years ago. I wouldn't know because I don't deal with them. So, but I'm trying to give my brother what he wants, and then at the same time trying to compromise a little bit for my family. And I shouldn't have done that. And I knew that it was going to be an issue. I knew they were going to be drinking, playing cards, music blasting. That's what they do. And I should have just put my foot down. You know how, like, when God leads you to do something, no matter what's going on around you, you stick to what God told you to do. There's no compromise. And so in my spirit, I felt like it wasn't cool for my brother to go to my uncle's house, but I felt so backed in a corner that I gave in. But I should not have done that. I should have just grabbed my brother by the hand and said, I'm sorry if it upsets y'all, but he's coming with me. And it's like they were following me out to the door. Like, it was like they wouldn't take no for an answer. They would not, to just, okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow. Nothing. And so even when he was at the house and my cousin was trying to bring him home after 2 hours like we agreed, now people are yelling and fussing at my cousin for taking him out of there. And calling me and tripping on me. Like, why can't he stay? And it was just it was a mess. It was a mess. I will never allow that to happen again. These are the reasons why I don't be around my biological family. And I'm not trying to control my brother and make him not be around the family either. But I do know certain situations I have to put my foot down and say, no, he can't do that. No, he can't go there. No, he's not going there. Even if he says, well, I want to go. I have to say, no, brother, you can't. That's not the right place for you to go to. But I was so caught off guard and felt so backed in a corner that I gave in a little bit because I said for 2 hours, that's it. I wasn't saying he could stay there or stay the night at anybody's house. But when my cousin was trying to leave and bring him to me, they backed him in the corner, you know? And then so my sister, she just called me and was like, you know, is it okay just to keep the peace? Is it okay if he stays at my house? And it's a good, you know, it turned out good because she got to spend time with her little brother, and they got to talk and, you know, get to know each other a little bit, and he had a nice time at her house, and that all worked out good. But at my uncle's house, that was terrible. That was terrible. And him coming and telling me his experience that he had there, you know, with you know, basically with what I told you guys, they were drinking, playing cards, you know, all this stuff going on, being loud. He's gonna, when he goes home, I'm sure he's going to mention to the people all of this stuff that happened. So I'm trying to protect this young man from this type of lifestyle. I literally just brought him out there so he could see his family, meet his family. And then these people turned on me like, now I'm doing something so wrong. Nobody helped me to get him out here. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has ever gone to see him. Nobody has ever tried. Even when I went in January, I called my siblings and them and said, hey, I'm going on such and such date. Do you think you'll be able to come? Oh, no, I can't go. I got this going on, that going on. Can't go, right? But the minute I bring him out here, it's like, oh, it's all about him being with us. He need to be with us. That's our family too. That's our brother too. He needs to be with his family. But y'all wasn't thinking about him being with the family when y'all had a chance to go see him, or when y'all had a chance to, you know, bring him out here. So it was just crazy. And, you know, I had to repent to God because I should have stood firm on what I knew was the right thing to do. And that's what we have to learn to do. Don't allow the devil or anybody to convince you of doing something that you know is not the right thing to do. Peer pressure, family pressure, whatever pressure, none of that matters. And I'm thankful that God still protected my brother even in that situation, because things could have went bad, you know. And I'm just glad my sister was there to take him home with her and to keep him company and make sure that he, you know, enjoyed his stay at her house. But that was terrible, and I kind of feel like I failed a test. I should have just, no, I don't care if y'all are mad at me, but I did express to them my reasons. Y'all be drinking. I don't want him around that atmosphere. Half of y'all already tipsy. I don't want him around that. And I didn't. And it's like, in a way, I kind of feel like I failed a test because I did not stand my ground as much as I tried to. It was like I was out there by myself trying to, you know, keep my brother safe from the stuff that he ended up experiencing. And so that's what led me to do this video about, you know, allowing God to order your steps. I know God didn't want my brother in that situation. That's not his lifestyle. My brother, he lives in an independent living for mentally impaired people. They don't have that type of stuff going on. They don't drink. They don't smoke. They don't have, you know, they're in a safe environment. They got staff that's with them 24/7, make sure they're good, take them out on outings. They go to work. The ones that have jobs get up and go to work. You know what I'm saying? It's a very safe environment. And then for him to come out here and be around a bunch of drunk people that's doing all kind of foolishness, that was not right. And I really was trying to protect him from that. But, you know, I didn't fight hard enough. And so, you know, I told myself I'll never let that happen again. I don't care if it's 50 people against me. It's just going to be what it is. Because I'm the one who brought him out here. I'm the one responsible for him. If anything happens, those people are going to reach out to me, not y'all. They don't know you guys. It's my responsibility. So because I knew he was with people who were sober, that's why I just gave in a little bit. But it still wasn't right because he still had to see stuff and experience stuff that he's not used to. Even though nothing happened to him, it's still the whole point that he had to see all of that stuff. People yelling and fussing because they feel like he should be there with them. Like, that was crazy. People calling me, yelling at me. That was crazy. That's not the environment he's used to, and it's not the environment I'm used to either. It put me in a messed up situation too, because I steer clear of these people. I don't come around. I don't, and so for me to bring my brother out there, it was like I was kind of sacrificing what I would normally stay away from so that he can see his biological family. I did all of this for my brother. And like right now, he's with his adopted family. He's having a good time because they don't do that type of stuff. He don't have to worry about, I don't have to worry about him with them. I know that they don't have that type of stuff going on. He went to church today. He called me after church. He said he had a good time, whatever. So I know he's safe there. But that stuff that happened on a couple days ago, that was terrible. But I just felt like I should have allowed God to direct me better. I should have really prayed about it and said, Lord, direct me in this mission. Lead me and guide me. I didn't pray about it like I should have. I just felt like, okay, well, God allowed this to happen. He allowed my brother to come out here. So, hey, we're going to make it happen and make the best of it. But I messed up when I allowed him to be with my biological family for that long. And I'm disappointed in them because it's like they were not sensitive to my brother's lifestyle. They didn't care. They just all drunk. Oh, that's our family. That's my brother. He need to be with me, drunk. And it really made me mad. But I know I'm going to have to talk to them about it. And they're not going to like it, but it has to be done. And let them know my brother will not be going to nobody else's house. If we have family gathering, it needs to be out in public, because the bowling alley was nice. There was no drama or crazy stuff going on at the bowling alley. It was all right. It was when he went to my uncle's house doing, watching them do what they do, that's where the problem came in. And I don't know why my family is so into drinking like that. I don't know I don't know why, that's a big, like, I don't know if it's a curse or if it's just, something they need to be delivered from. But that's how my family is, and that's how they've been for years. That's why none of them get along, because they're always drinking and getting into it. I didn't want my brother to be a part of that. So you guys, whatever you're doing, if you feel a certain way about it, that very well may be God telling you, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. And no matter what or who tries to pressure you, you stick to your guns, 10 toes down. No matter how it makes people feel, no matter if they get mad at you, if they don't want to deal with you anymore, whatever the case may be, as long as you obeying God, that's what matters. So that's really pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys today. Just obey God. And I also wanted to read Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. And it reads, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. So I didn't really seek God in that situation, even though he was kind of showing me in my heart, no, don't do it. I just felt pressured. And I thought, me giving in for a couple of hours, that was okay, because he'll only be there for a couple hours before things get really, crazy. But then come to find out, they didn't want to let the man bring my brother to me. So it was just, it was crazy. I'll never let that happen again. In fact, when I come in, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to let them know, hey, we're out here out to eat. After dinner is done, we're not going to nobody's house. My brother's not going to anyone's house. He's coming with me. We're going wherever we're going. And that's that. And if we meet up tomorrow, we'll meet up tomorrow. We're not going. He's not going to spend the night at nobody's house. He's not going. No. If they want something where they can be in control of what happens with him, then maybe they need to take themselves out there and visit and get to know the people in the place so that they can be trusted. But I know nobody's going to do that. Nobody but me. And it was just wrong. It was wrong on so many levels. That's why I don't deal with my biological family. So that's that. But trust in the Lord, guys, and allow him to show you which path you're supposed to take in every situation. Acknowledge God in all your ways. Acknowledge God, meaning seek God's will for every situation that you're in. Seek God's direction in every way you turn. Okay, Lord, do I need to do this? Do I need to go here? Do I need to go there? It was nice that my brother got to see his biological family for the first time, but I don't know when it's going to happen again. Because I'm not putting myself in that situation again. That was tough. I couldn't wait to come back home. So yeah, the next time, hey, he might just come out here with me. And then with his adopted family, if they want to come get him or if they want to meet me somewhere to get him for a few days, we can do that. But yeah, my biological family, we're not doing much together unless we can find something publicly to do. We're not going to be inside no house. No. So I don't know. I feel really bad that he had to experience that and he's got to go home with that experience that I didn't mean for him to have. So allow God to direct your path no matter what's going on in your life. I know this is not like a real ministering video, but it kind of still is because it's something that I'm learning. You know, that I have to learn every day. I have to make sure that, you know, I'm focused on everything that God wants me to do and what he doesn't want me to do, and make sure that I'm taking the path that he's telling me to take. My brother, he's a preacher. He preaches. He loves God. He loves going to church. Why would I want him to be in an environment where people are drinking and cussing and all kind of crazy stuff? I don't like it for myself, so I didn't like it for him either. But he did say, I should have listened to you, sister, because I didn't like being over there. I'm not going over there again. But they say he did have a good time. He was dancing and singing, and, you know, I guess he was making the best of it, but I guess actually deep down inside, he really wasn't feeling it. But since he was there, he just enjoyed what he could. But yeah, I'm disappointed in my family for that. After I explained to them, you know. So I'm learning, guys, and we're learning. We're learning to obey God. We're learning to hear him. We're learning to follow him. And you know, I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers. I just kind of help teach what I'm learning from. And that's what I learned. I have to still put my foot down, regardless if the whole world is against me. I have to obey God and do what I know is right. So that's my message to you. Even if it's something your whole family don't like, if you know it's something that God is calling you to do and something that you know in your spirit that's the right thing for you to do, even if the whole world is against you, you still do it. Because as long as you have King Jesus, you don't need nobody else anyway. You know, and that's facts. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I pray you understand my story, and I pray that it helps somebody in their situation, because I know I'm not the only one who's been in foster care or who's had issues with being in touch with their biological family after being in foster care so long. And I just pray that this helps you just like it is helping me. I'm learning, and I'm learning that I have to stand up for my brother as well in that same area, just like I stand up for myself. And they know I'm not coming to nothing. I'm not coming to no family gatherings at nobody's house. They don't even ask me. When one of my sisters have her birthday parties and she want to have a party at a bar, and I'm like, she don't even ask me because she knows I'm not going. She knows I'm a minister, and she knows I don't partake in that stuff. So she'll tell me, yeah, we're having a party at the bar, but she knows not to invite me because the answer is no. I won't be there. I'll pray for you before you go, so we can make sure that you're good and no harm comes to you and that you have a safe night. I do that, but she knows I'm not coming. So they just have to get used to my brother not being a part of that stuff either, because that's not his lifestyle. And it is what it is. They wasn't bugging me about coming over there. Oh, you need to come see your uncle. You need to be with your family. They don't bug me because they know I'm not coming. But they thought they could get my brother. And they did. Because I should have put my foot down and just said, oh, well, y'all can be mad at me for the rest of my life if you want to. I don't care. Y'all didn't bring this man out here. I did. I'm responsible for him. So we learning, y'all. I'm learning. I pray this was a blessing to you, and I pray that it helps you. Please share with your other family and friends, your friends on social media. You never know who this might be for, and I pray that God blesses you for helping to get the message out or get the word out, because we all need to learn how to follow God's leading at all times, not just when it's convenient for us or not just when we feel like it. We got to do it all the time. All right, so I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.